Good Monday, March 23, 2020. This is Sabah Fakuri for the Heart and Home Podcast. Okay, so you're under a shelter in place or a self-quarantine at home. Now what? While people are sharing recipes on their social media because they're home cooking, I've been searching for ways to protect myself. The chances of us catching the coronavirus increases exponentially with each day. I don't need a test. Your body tells you what you need to know. Those who have contracted COVID-19 share what happens and their symptoms. They have a high fever, sweating, splitting headache, a dry cough, fatigue, and what most people know as pneumonia. It's nothing you've ever experienced before. These are young people in their 30s and 40s. Some of them needed oxygen to breathe. Pictures of this new virus show sharp edges which attack your lungs and make it feel constricted, like a ton of bricks on your chest. At risk are not only the 60 and above. If you're a smoker, this includes those that do hookah. If you have asthma, diabetes, and other health conditions, you must take extra precautions. In addition to social distancing, I came across one interview from Edna Register Boone, who survived the 1918 influenza pandemic. At the time, she was 100 years old and living in a small town in Alabama, when she tells the story of how the flu came through when she was 10 years old. Her family was the only family in town that did not get the 1918 flu. And in Edna's interview, and I'll include a link in the show notes, she shares that her mother made a soda and water drink for her and her brothers to drink every morning. Now, I know you're thinking the 1918 and the 2020 virus are not the same, but the symptoms were. It affected the throat and chest. Edna recalls in her 2012 interview when she was 100 years old, that was conducted by the Alabama Department of Archives and History. So I walked myself up to our local market for some baking soda. And there on the side of the orange box that we use for baking were drug facts to use the sodium bicarbonate to relieve heartburn, acid indigestion, sour stomach, and upset stomach. There's also a warning to ask a doctor or a pharmacist before using the soda because it has 616 megagrams of sodium in each 1/2 teaspoon. Also, you need to completely dissolve the powder to avoid serious injury to your stomach because antacid may interact with certain prescription drugs. So this isn't for everyone, and you should do this at your own risk. If you'd like to share what you're doing to boost your immune system, please leave a comment or a voicemail in the Anchor app. I've decided to take this as a precaution, and I'm urging my parents to do it. I don't know what else to do. I have experienced some headaches and a little bit of muscle ache. So keep track of how you're feeling. I think that would be a good idea. What I'm seeing and hearing is that people experience different things. Those that have posted on social media that have needed oxygen have all said the same thing about the heaviness on the chest, the inability to breathe. Now, I just saw a post by Casey Neistat who said that his friend Dan Mace had it. And then, sure enough, this morning, Dan Mace posted from South Africa to his YouTube channel his symptoms of what he had gone through. He contracted it initially in Los Angeles. He spoke to a doctor and had a doctor visit his home. One doctor said for sure you don't have it. He gave him a flu shot. He tested him for something, and it did show that he had some type of virus. Then he felt better. He decided to fly to South Africa, and you can get his full story on his YouTube channel, which I'll also link in the show notes. Even though he was checked when he arrived and his temperature showed it was normal, he later learned that others who had COVID-19 had posted that they had lost their sense of smell and taste, which he had also done. So he went to his doctor and he got a letter and went and got tested, and he is confirmed to have the coronavirus. This after more than a month. So you could be carrying it, not know it. It is spreading like wildfire, and the only thing you can do to stop the spread is to stay home and self-isolate. I hope that you will learn something from this and that this will help you. For the Heart and Home Podcast, I'm Sabah Fakuri. Thank you for listening, and stay safe and healthy.